you're the head of the programming of the Davos Forum, and so your team has designed all the topics for the session and the theme of the event. This year, the theme is the fourth industrial revolution and its transformational impact. So can you briefly tell us how you envision this and what are the differences between the fourth industrial revolution and the three previous ones?
I always like to give an example when I talk about what I mean by the fourth industrial revolution. So, do you have a car?
I do.
Good. So, riding a car is about the second industrial revolution. It is about mobility. It's about the possibility to drive on a road and to get from A to B. It had a big impact on how we build cities, for instance. Then in the 1970s, the digital revolution started to happen. And I would say the fact that we now all have GPS in our cars is very much a function of the digital revolution, that we have those technologies that can guide us in complex cities. I'm very grateful because I always get lost without that. Now the third industrial revolution means a completely different organization of mobility. These days, many people who have smartphones already get into their car and suddenly your smartphone tells you, you will be home in 10 minutes because there's very little traffic. So the smartphone realizes that you are in the car. The smartphone knows from your patterns that it's in the evening and that you usually drive home in the evening. So it is really about the convergence between the physical world and the digital world. It has a lot to do with the Internet of Things, for instance, with intelligent devices that we carry in our pockets. So this is the fourth industrial revolution. So it's really a change, a transformation in how economies work, in how societies work, in how countries work, and to some extent also in how families work and how we work as individuals.
I wonder, how will this fourth industrial revolution help the world's economy?
Well, the problem of the world economy at the moment is that we have pretty low productivity growth. And low productivity growth means that there is also low growth in the long term, or only growth through burning fossil fuels or natural resources. So one hope is, of course, that the fourth industrial revolution could increase productivity through new business models, through creating new employment, through creating better employment for people. But it is also a possibility to change the way we are growing.
China did not lead any of the first three revolutions. But during this fourth revolution, in your opinion, what kind of position will China take?
Well, China has gone through an enormous, probably unprecedented evolution in history, if you just look at the past 30 years. A lot of interesting stuff is just happening here. China is already, on a global scale, number 2 when it comes to high-class research published in magazines such as Nature and other high-rated publications. So it shows that there is a lot of research, a lot of science coming out of this country, a lot of ingenuity. And I think what is important for China now is to match that, and to see how can this innovation, how can this invention move from the labs to the market in terms of new business models. I think this is pretty important for the competitiveness of China going forward.